This is a CBS2 News update. I'm Mary Calvi. 2 people are dead after their car slammed into a gas pump at a Sunoco station. It happened just after 2 this morning on Jericho Turnpike in Comac. There were reports of heavy fog in the area at the time of the crash. Police say after the impact, the car caught fire, leaving the people trapped inside. Police are searching for a driver they say took off after hitting a woman on Staten Island. The hit and run was captured on camera last Wednesday night on Huguenot Avenue. The 55-year-old woman was struck by a dark sedan and knocked several feet to the ground. Police say the driver backed up, then sped off. The victim is in serious but stable condition. Developing now, the Manhattan DA is vacating thousands of misdemeanor marijuana warrants today. Cyrus Vance Jr. has been at Manhattan Criminal Court's building this morning. He is moving to vacate more than 3,000 bench warrants and dismiss the marijuana smoking and possession cases dating back to 1978. The goal is helping people who've had tough times getting jobs and apartments because of old outstanding warrants. We'll have more on the story as it develops on TV and on CBSNewYork.com. And today is the sentencing for 3 men convicted in the death of an aide to Governor Cuomo. Carrie Gabay was killed in crossfire of a gang shootout in 2015, just hours before the West Indian Day Parade in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. 5 men were charged. 1 took a plea deal in exchange for testifying against the others. 3 were convicted on charges ranging from reckless endangerment to manslaughter. A 5th defendant was found not guilty on all counts. After a 4-day delay, traffic is now flowing on the second span of the Mario Cuomo Bridge. The eastbound portion was supposed to open Saturday until crews realized part of the old Tappan Zee Bridge could pose a danger. As CBS News' Jenna DeAngelis reports, some are questioning the timing of all of this.
It's been a long time coming to get this traffic flow on the new Mario M. Cuomo Bridge, a nearly $4 billion bridge, more than 5 years in the making. Governor Andrew Cuomo celebrated the completion of the structure's second span Friday, but shortly after, plans for the full opening of the bridge halted over safety concerns, fears that the adjacent old Tappan Zee Bridge could collapse on it. However, the timing of the bridge opening has been called into question. This snafu comes just days before the Democratic primary.
Is it just coincidence that it opens less than a week before the election, at a time when he's under such attack for having done such a poor job of infrastructure?
Cuomo fired back Sunday.
In political silly season, people can say anything. That's the point about the world is flat. You know, they'll say whatever they have to say.
A letter obtained by the New York Times raises questions whether the Cuomo administration was offering incentives to get the job done closer to the primary. The letter, written by an official with the Thruway Authority, directs Tappan Zee Constructors, TZC, to complete the work so the bridge could open August 24th. A Thruway Authority official blames the timing on weather and says the contract contains no incentive clauses, also saying in a statement, "I did so without advising or in consultation with anyone in the governor's office."
Last night, the Thruway Authority announced the old Tappan Zee Bridge has been deemed stable. A reminder, the New York State primaries are tomorrow, September 13th. It was moved from Tuesday to Thursday because of Rosh Hashanah. Polls will be open from 6 a.m. until 9 p.m. Be sure to stay with us for all the results after polls close. Sonata Hurricane Florence. A Red Cross team from New Jersey leaves for North Carolina today ahead of the storm. The 17 workers will join hundreds heading to the region. Beaches in the Carolinas are bare. Highways are now one-way evacuation routes heading away from the coast. Officials are urging those in the storm's path to clear out.
It is an extremely dangerous, life-threatening, historic hurricane.
Florence is expected to make landfall sometime Friday. President Trump has declared states of emergency in North and South Carolina and Virginia, opening the way for federal aid. Let's head over now to John Elliott with a look at the storm's path and your local forecast.
I'll tell you what, it is a monster, Mary. I mean, you can just see on this big view, I mean, it's almost the size of North and South Carolina. It's a Category 4 storm. And we've got winds at 130 miles an hour. That has not changed. This has a bit. It's slowed down a bit, now more northwest at 15 miles an hour. So again, the path heads northwest, but this is something the models were picking up last night. It slows down closer to the coast. Bad news for beach erosion and wind damage and tornadoes. And then it slides a little to the south. That's bad news for South Carolina. Better news for Virginia. However, with the counterclockwise rotation around these storms, we are still concerned about a lot of flooding through North Carolina and up into Virginia. And then it's a major rainmaker right through the period. This is Sunday. This is Monday. I mean, it's going to just linger and cause all kinds of problems. In our area, boy, we had our share of problems this morning. We had fog, we had heavy rain through parts of Ulster and Dutchess County, now into Connecticut. Those slow-moving thunderstorms continue. We've got a break from the rain, but any additional rain could lead to some flooding. In fact, a flood advisory. This was posted and extended for Dutchess County into Litchfield County, and we're concerned with the proximity of this stationary front for a few more thunderstorms today and really again tomorrow. But then that area of high pressure that serves to steer Florence away will usher in some nicer weather for us. Mary?
John, thank you. It's a day that commuters who take the Long Island Railroad from Hicksville have been fearing. Hicksville parking garage on Duffy Avenue now temporarily closed as repairs are underway. However, it appears that things ran smoothly during the morning rush. Town of Oyster Bay residents with permits are allowed to park in 13 alternative locations in downtown Hicksville, with shuttle bus service being provided to the station. The extensive renovations are expected to be finished before the end of the year. A postal carrier caught on camera throwing packages out of the back of a mail truck, even though some of the packages were marked fragile. CBS2's Scott Rappaport has the exclusive story you have to see to believe.
Oh, my God.
Disturbing cell phone video shows packages flying out of a United States Postal Service truck, outrageously being flung and dropped to the pavement by the postal delivery man inside, to the abject disbelief of the person videotaping it all.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
It happened on Sunday on the Upper West Side around 63rd Street, just off of West End Avenue at around 11:30 a.m. Witnesses say they happened to be looking out the window and saw this, boxes propelling out of the USPS truck, one of them rolling into the middle of the street, another clearly marked fragile material.
Hey, look, that package right there says glass on it.
But it's not over. The postal worker gets out, appears to examine the mess, and starts loading the packages onto a hand cart, continuing to handle them roughly, pushing and kicking them. Once loaded, he leaves to deliver a few packages by hand, leaving the cart full of boxes unattended in the street. People who live and work in the area were upset and disappointed when they saw the video.
Oh my goodness, unbelievable.
Coming from a family that had postmen in it in the past, that's pretty disappointing to see that they've gone to that level of disrespect.
No one we spoke to said they recognized the postal worker in the video. We sent that clip to the post office management to see and told them we wanted an on-camera interview to explain this. They declined, only issuing a statement. This is clearly unacceptable behavior that does not reflect on the great work of the vast majority of our employees. We apologize to our customers and will be thoroughly investigating this matter to prevent a repeat of this special delivery. On the Upper West Side, Scott Rappaport, CBS 2 News.
Frightening moments for an NYPD detective who survived a bear attack in his own garage. William Orange was at his Cornwall home Sunday night when he heard strange sounds coming from the garage. When he went inside to investigate, a 200-pound bear reached out and scratched his rib cage. Detective Orange says he's lucky to be alive.
I didn't see it. The lights were off, so I was kind of following my way into, to get to the light switch, and I just heard a growl, and I saw big teeth and eyes, and I felt it rip my shirt, and I just kind of took a swing at it and ran. If this were to happen, I'm glad it happened to me and not my wife or my children.
Detective Orange believes the bear was going after trash that was stored inside the garage. There is now a bear trap on his property. Well, you've probably seen many viral examples of kids interrupting live TV interviews, but this one might have all of those beat. A New Hampshire political expert was set to be interviewed on our digital network, CBSN, when his car broke down. He decided to do the interview anyway from inside his vehicle, but then there was a sudden interruption.
New Hampshire Democrats, they're trending more progressive lately, and yes,
Paul,
it is. And
Paul,
hold on
I'm so
one second.
sorry. It looks like a state trooper has come to see you.
The state trooper. I'm
Yes.
sorry. The tow truck is on the way, and I'm just leaving the laptop.
This is definitely a first for us. Paul, thank you. I'm going to let you go because it doesn't look like you can stay with us. We don't want you to get in trouble. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Political journalist Paul Steinhauser then turned his attention away from politics and to his car, telling the trooper a tow truck, yes, was on the way. That's your CBS News Update. I'm Mary Calvi. Have a great day.